This is a new Beep podcast. If you don't have Beep, please get Beep on your phone. It's available on Play Store, Google Play Store, that is. So basically, on this podcast, we'll be talking about photography. It's a wide subject, so we'll be covering different aspects about photography and the things to do with photography if you're just starting out or you want to learn photography. If you have a camera at home that's collecting dust, maybe you'd want to listen to the things that we talk about to help you on your journey. Here with us today, I have Maxwell. Maxwell Nimrod Maina, his name is.
Yes.
So I'm just going to let him talk about...
Introduce myself and...
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Okay, good morning guys, or good day, or good night, whatever time you're listening. I am Max Nimrod Maina. I started with modeling and moved on to taking pictures, so photography, videography, and working behind the scenes with some other stuff like music and music videos. Yeah, right now I'm doing a bunch, part-time student at uni.
UPNG?
At UPNG, yes, business student. Yeah, that's all about me for now. I don't think any other questions. You have any questions for me?
No, actually.
You want me to talk about something else?
So Max actually has a Facebook page.
Yes.
That he built. Well, Facebook built, but he signed up for. It's Maxwell Maina. Is it Maina Media?
Maina Media.
Maina Media.
That's
my bad.
That's okay. That's okay. It's Maina Maina Media.
Yeah. So if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll put the link below, or the Facebook, and then you can just click the links below, and then you'll find this page
On Facebook.
Yes. So for me, photography was sort of like a hobby when I was about, in 9th grade. It was when smartphones came into play. And I saw that you could create pictures like on the go, because in the old days, our parents had these digital cameras that they could, not digital, but those film cameras, right? You print them and you have to go and pay for them. And like my dad used to send me on those errands to, print the film, and then so I had to wait. And it was like, it's a long process.
Yeah.
For kids who don't know, I apologize, but you gotta find out YouTube that shit.
Yeah, YouTube that shit. Get with the culture.
Seriously, like film photography back then was legit.
Yeah, legit and very hard. Different challenges.
Yeah. It was expensive too. Like
it's very expensive. True.
The rage that went through my parents when you took an unnecessary photo was just like, you waste money. They spend money on this piece of equipment. Actually, we should bring another film on set.
Yeah,
I think I have my old camera my family camera that I stole.
Yeah.
I actually stole my dad's camera.
We have that on record.
Yeah, Dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
Your family can sue him.
I took the camera and I brought it with me.
Camera.
So it's, no.
Anyway,
so
moving on. Good.
Moving on. I bought a phone. It was, if I remember correctly, it was Alcatel T-Pop. Back when digital was that? Bro, that was legendary. 2 megapixels was the shit, man. Back then, 2 megapixels was everything to me. I started taking pictures of like random things and just anything, man, anything. And I saw like you could create something out of the device in your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that got me sort of motivated to do that. And I never stopped until I bought my own camera. It's actually a really long story that I'd probably write a book on someday.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Who's going to read my book? But yeah, the overall journey started out this way. And then once I got my first camera, that was back in 2019, actually.
2019, yeah.
When we were at
Digicel.
Digicel.
I was at Digicel. You were still.
We were still at Digicel training.
We're still here. Yeah. I mean, you're still here.
I'm still here. The learning center, yeah. So I bought the camera on that day. I had my friend Alan Chris check out the settings on that camera because I had no idea how to use the camera. Yeah. I was really like dumbfounded about cameras back then. I had no idea. It was like,
DSLR cameras, like
yeah, I just bought a camera. It cost me like $1,300. I don't know how to turn it on. Can you help me? So he shows up. He shows me how to like operate the camera, and then yeah, I just YouTube the hell out of that
went
thing.
crazy
and I
with
just,
it,
yeah, learned from there on and built a small business out of it. So please share.
Oh, yeah, okay. So why I asked Matthias to share his story was because when it was the same year we purchased our camera, so it was him before me. And it was like few weeks. It was a few weeks before, a few weeks after he bought his camera. And that year, I was out of uni looking for stuff to do. I won't say the word, but I was looking for stuff to do. And I got a job with Digicel, and then like there was also like creative space because most of the work we're doing like corporate. So when Matthias purchased his camera, I was already into videography. Like music videos is what I want to do. That was that. And then when you saw the camera, when you bought the camera, it was like, just buy your camera, man. Just buy your camera and do something with it.
Yeah.
So that was the extra push. And I forced my dad, and we both bought the camera. My first gig was terrible at Cosmo.
Oh, yeah, I remember
On the
that.
first night, I think I borrowed your camera.
You borrowed my camera.
I borrowed his camera, but I had my camera as well. That was the exact day I bought my camera. I went to Cosmo, did the event. It was Blues and Marons, the third game in 2019. Crap. It was crap. It was some of the images were like out of focus. Apologies to Martin, Sherry, Beatrice, Cinta, and the team at Cosmo. Gabby, who was the one who put my name forward for the job.
There was a few good ones though.
It was, and then after that, it were good events. Like you learn after that, and you grow. And you grow and you grow and you star in a music video.
Ooh, yeah.
It's crazy, very, very crazy. But after that, like you learn from where you work and with people who you work with. Yeah. Like Matt, and I think Matt, like apart from Matt would be just Khalidi, Dion, and the other guys, because those are just like two groups I've heavily collaborated on with. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, he's in the latest Khalidi video. If you haven't checked it out, he's the thug, the hitman. Yeah,
I'm a good person in real life. This chain, I'm gonna hide it. I'm gonna cut it out. But yeah, it's long. But that was basically the inspiration. So thank you. That was like just start doing it now. Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I was like, thank you.
But you also like before having a camera, you also did a few things that didn't involve you using a camera, but just your phone. Because I remember you showing me one of your milkshake videos, right?
Oh,
with
yeah.
Ice cream,
Yeah.
You showed me, I was like, shit, this guy can do this with a phone? What's my excuse? So I was like, because I already had a camera back then. And I was oh shit, I gotta start creating stuff. Yeah, actually, my first gig was Sharon. You remember Sharon?
Oh yeah, Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon's graduation.
Yeah.
First gig with. I actually did
How
one
was
gig.
that? How was that for you?
Oh, man.
I want to ask, like, experience the day
That
because
day
it was
was-
an entire day.
It was
You were
an entire
sweating.
day, yeah. I was
you were you.
I was,
like,
yeah.
And then,
For
and then
those who
walking
don't
in
know,
uni. Just imagine.
I was still this size back then. I'm always this size anyway.
We'll
So
get
Sharon-
a weight gain check.
Yeah,
every
probably.
episode we'll get a weight check.
Actually, I weigh, I think, 146, 174.
Going down slow?
I'm lying on the camera.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway.
So Sharon came to me like, you have a camera, right? Can you help me with my graduation? So I said to her, I'll do it, but for a fee. So she's like, okay, how much? So me being the friendly person that I am, I told her, you know what? I'll do it for $50. So the entire event we did, I did for $50, man.
The entire day.
The entire day.
Refreshments?
Nah, man. I was dirt cheap.
Transport.
No transport, no refreshments. $50 to cover that graduation. It was just me with one lens, 18 to 55. And there was like all of these other pro cameras out there with freaking 70 to 200 L series lenses with someone flying a drone to freaking someone with a gimbal. I saw all of that shit, but I was still determined. You know what? She paid me to be her cameraman. I'm gonna stick my head in and I'm gonna do this shit.
Bruh. Every time I go through this type of stories, like my first gig, it's like, it was like you're like finding a hard time right there.
Yeah.
During the gig, you just remember that one day you will talk about this story. There was a day I just like, no, I'm gonna switch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch this.
It's very true, very true. Most people think this is a hobby, yeah, but like to transition into a full-time thing, something you can make money from, and possibly live off, like some of the fellow creatives in
the industry.
Yeah. True. A lot of people still find it hard, which is very true because it is hard. To get into being a full-time, using your camera to make your own money. It's kind of difficult considering that it is fairly new. Like this country in general is still trying to get its head around digital content creation, especially. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on like the separation between being a hobbyist who just occasionally takes pictures, owns a DSLR, and being a professional, like full-time photographer?
Yeah, I think it's good that we have hobbyists and then professional photographers in the space, because then like for the hobbyists, the professionals encourage them to take more pictures and do work like commercially, like how like you would get paid for it, and for the hobbyists it provides us with a way to see like the creative like avenues out there that people are exploring with the because like hobbies. There's a bunch of hobbies right now. Like people like not only just DSLR, people have iPhone cameras. People have these new Redmi phones and Samsungs.
Phones are just catching up really quickly.
And then
cameras.
Like now the lenses are like wide angle. And you're like it's crazy. And so it's good that like all of these hobbies are using these cameras, even like GoPros too, and doing stuff that like out of the creative bounds that maybe pros want to do but can't because like for commercial purposes you have to stick within some sort of boundaries. But I think we work together like well. We balance it out without realizing that we balance the industry. Yeah. But I think there's like a complex also between like hobbyists and pros, where there's like a disconnect. Stop taking these pictures. Like you get it, right? I get it. There's a complex, but I feel like we help each other out in some sort of
So to me, hobbyist is like someone who's quite it's like discovering, right? Just trying to because photography in general is like a trend these days. True. So they catch on the trend. They think,
we can take this.
I can take this. I can, I can create this great picture. I'm gonna be a photographer. Yeah. And they buy a camera, not knowing all the other things that's involved into, creating a good image to what they see online. And then it just sort of dies out and they end up reselling that camera and waste their time. Sure. I think the separation is like, do you want to do this? Do you really want to do this? Is it just a trend? Do you, if it's just a trend, you shouldn't like waste time. Yeah, shouldn't. Just don't.
If it's a trend and you're trying to buy a professional camera just to look on the trend, I think you should really reconsider because there are other, especially if you can, like if you have the money to do it, there are actually struggling videographers and photographers who need the money to buy those equipment and you're using it just for some hobby. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get that you can afford it, but it's just like there's a disconnect between those two things.
If you can afford it, let me tell you this idea: buy it and then hire out the equipment. Yeah, maybe then
that's a good business idea. Yeah. And then everyone wins. You get your money, we get the equipment that we can hire for a while and shoot some good content. Yeah.
Speaking on like hiring equipment, I've never actually hired out my equipment.
I've never because I don't trust people. Yeah. Like if I was on like one time I gave my gimbal to Dion, but there was like trust. I trust Dion. Yeah.
Like,
if it's Matt or Dion, that's it. It's okay.
People who we know in like in our close circle, I think it applies to everything. If you trust someone enough, you can give them something. Yeah. So the thing that separates hobbyists from professionals is dedication and the time put into working on those things. Because it's not just about pressing a button, although it may seem like we're just pressing buttons, but there's a lot of back-end work that goes into creating what you see on a screen.
Sorry. I just wanted to add on what Matt said. because he said something earlier and that reminded me to say something. It's that like when you are a pro, I'm not saying I'm pro, but like I film some stuff.
That's all right. That's all right.
But like when you're filming or when you're taking pictures, there's like back thought into how you're gonna produce the image and give it to the client for the final stuff, right? I don't think hobbyists take that into consideration, and so they don't know there's like back work. You need to go to Lightroom and tweak some stuff, and then Photoshop if it's an ad, or like with video even,
Video is the hard work.
Yeah, it's very hard work.
Video is really hard work.
But I think hobbyists need to understand the culture. If you're gonna hop on the trend just for now, I don't think it's good. But if you're trying to be a hobbyist and actually treat this as a really actual full-time hobby, you get it. But then have a 9-to-5 job. Yeah. Go ahead, but learn the culture. Make sure you give credit to
learn the trade and all that.
People in the industry who are inspiring you and others as well. Yeah.
There's a lot of creators already established in BNG. But what I've seemed to find is those ones who are, it's the hobbyists that are more boastful about. I'm not throwing shade at anyone, but what I'm saying is know your place. If you're gonna brag about something that's not even worth bragging about, I wouldn't. And there's a lot of hobbyists who think they're professionals.
But I'm shooting shots, guys. But I'm shooting shots. We have the premise for the next Khalidi music video. just him shooting shots on
Oh yeah, man. But for real, no disrespect to anyone who's out there, but if you want to be a full-time photographer, I'm not saying I am. Don't get me wrong. I still have a long way to go. The point I'm trying to make is you have to learn more than just clicking a button or just doing some tweaks on softwares. There's a lot more that goes in. There's this guy actually that takes a picture in his mind before he takes the picture. His name's Nick something, I forgot. But he sells his pictures for 160 million euros and above. Oh man, the back end work that he puts into taking one picture is he's actually in UK. Yeah.
Is it the
No.
I thought it was a blonde guy from Canada. No. Who has a twin.
No, that's another guy. Anyway, the point is hobbyists and professionals, know your place, separate yourself. If you're a hobbyist and you want to be professional, know that there's a lot of work that you have to do to get to that level. Yeah. And there's stages and there's good times and there's bad times. There's times where you'll figure shit out. There's times where nothing's going to work for you. Nothing's going to work for you. You'll end up taking shitty photos. You'll feel bad, but that's part of the process. That's the learning process. You just got to keep on doing research and taking pictures. Just
research, taking pictures, chilling. I'm gonna say something about just chill.
All right. So the next thing is, if you were to start transitioning from being a hobbyist and you want to make this a full-time thing, I think the first question that will pop into everyone's mind is, where do I start, or what do I? How would you answer that question if someone asks you that?
I think I'll answer the question from my experience, and that's my experience only. But I'll give moral or something. Anyway, everyone else can read it. So I think when I started to realize that it wasn't a hobby, I think last year when I got out of the Digicel, I finished my job, and then I went back to school. I need to make some money, right? Yeah. So I think when there's a place where you realize that this is something that you actually want to make money from and treat it as a pro job, not just a hobby, is when you actually think seriously about your business. You have to actually plan. I'm a business student, so I'll talk about planning.
Yeah, okay.
You have to plan properly. Now there's social media, there's commercial, there's digital platforms, there's commercial platforms you have to think about. you have to ensure that like your content is out there every time, and so if people discover you once, they can discover you on
Again,
all the other
yeah.
platforms. So I think planning there's this little like thing in business, a saying in business that failing to plan is planning to fail.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Damn. I gotta plan more.
but I think with everyone there's a different story where like you change from hobbies to planning is when you actually take it seriously and you realize you work towards your strengths. Like if you are someone who's good with who travels a lot, then you do travel stuff. Yeah. And that's where you try to figure out who can I work with. You start to work with people who travel vlog as well, and then companies like TPA, Tourism Promotion Authority. And then that's where you think seriously and plan stuff out on how to switch from hobbies to being an actual pro. Yeah. And I make connections, meet people, meet videographers, photographers, even if they're not in the same realm of your style of taking pictures. Yeah. We're all in the same industry. If anyone has competition against anyone, it's just
that's the thing I was trying to raise. Like competition is not good for you.
It's not good, especially when you're rising. You don't want to start competition.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to start some feud with another amateur photographer or someone who's big. It's pointless.
It's pointless. It's a waste of time.
It will get traction, but it's also very pointless because then you develop a reputation that's probably terrible and long-lasting in the industry, and then it will definitely affect your business and how you conduct.
No one cares. You're not gonna make money out of that. Like, no one cares. If you're trying to compete, I suggest you do it internationally or on a medium that you can actually compete. Like there's Pixver, there's other apps that you can actually compete on pictures. That you can upload and win
win money and stuff.
Win points and stuff.
So save the competition for that.
It's like I think you go compete.
If you
that.
like, you la para, go para upload this little websites.
Yeah, and it's like it's just so much that people think that like there's this guy, there's a friend of mine, right?
Yeah.
And every time he approaches me, he always has like something to say about another amateur photographer, like, hey, he did this. Why can't you do something like this? Why can't you beat that?
Why can't
you can't do this?
Why can't your mom allow me?
Yeah. And then I'm always telling him, bro, they're not competition. Like I'm not trying to compete with anyone. But then he's like, no, you gotta do that. It's not right. You gotta compete. It's like. And he produces music, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, so what about you? What's like you? Who do you compete? Who do you see yourself competing with? And then he's trying to like put himself up against, those big names. I'm not gonna drop names because
don't drop names.
I'm not trying to put him. I'm not calling him out. Yeah, I'm not calling him out. But yeah, he asked me like straight up. He's like. You gotta compete with people. I'm like, bro, if you're thinking about competing with people, I'm not that kind of person. I don't. If you want to do that, that's on you, man. I'm not looking to compete. I'm just moving at my own pace.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing you can do is, as a fellow creative person, you see other creative people making content, and then
now, especially,
you're just thinking like, oh shit, I gotta compete with them. Sure. You're just putting too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah, you're putting pressure on your work, and that's gonna affect your workflow. Yeah. And like, I'm just gonna stop there because first of all, just chill. Okay, just chill. Man, I don't understand competition. Because I work with Khalidi. And someone mentioned, I won't say names, but some random person was like, why don't you direct his music videos? Dion has a very different style.
Exactly.
I am moody. Yeah. Very chill, different, crazy colors. Different vibe. Dion's he has his own vibe. And that's his art. I think everyone else has their art. And like with local artists as well. So especially if you're trying to, you're a hobbyist. You don't want to compete with some people who just drop some really dope content.
Exactly.
Or you don't want to compete with other hobbyists because this could potentially be people in the industry when you are in the industry, like prominently later on in the future.
I mean, you never know. You might actually work with them one day.
Yeah, and then you don't want to work within a toxic environment where you have past beef with someone.
I actually had an experience with.
I have one, but
with someone from I'm not gonna drop names, so I'll just say someone from an hotel industry, right? So
Hotel.
he came. I used to do photos, do his photos for them, right? And then, so this guy just comes out like, hey, so Matt is doing this for you, right? I can do this for you for half the price. I can do something better. And the manager of that hotel called me like, hey, someone just did this. Can you confirm this or not? And he didn't like leave his name out. He just gave me his name and his page, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta call him inside. So I call him up, right?
know the guy?
Yeah, no, I don't know him.
Oh.
I just call him. I was like, bro, did you just do this to one of my clients? And then he just runs off like, yeah, bro, I can do better than you. And then I actually never mentioned this to you before. Right?
Yeah, I need to know this story. After guys,
Yeah, I'll tell you all the
we're
details.
lunch after this.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about this.
Listen, I'll update you guys. Okay.
So yeah, he ended up getting really mad at me for some time, and I didn't do much. I just said, look, if you wanna go, just go. Like, if you wanna go after my clients, just go after my clients. I don't really care. Yeah. And then I told the manager of the hotel, like, hey, if you wanna go work with him for half the price, look, I'm okay with that. I don't mind. Because really, I didn't wanna cause any trouble, and then I just didn't want to, like, I had a lot of things to do that day, so I just, like, let's go.
I got a lot of shit.
Honestly.
You know, I had time for
Because
that.
I have,
You
like,
know,
a 9 to 5. Honestly, like, I have a 9 to 5, and then I have to work this side job on the weekends, right? So it's just too much for me to handle mentally. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to go with him, go with him.
Jeez.
So the hotel calls me up on Saturday morning. They're like, we need you. I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe
It's time. Let me just.
kind of fool. I was right.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Anyway, but the moral of the story is just don't compete. Don't compete. Just be your own.
Compete with yourself.
Yeah.
I think more. That's how you encourage yourself to work.
Yeah, I think the
build
best
yourself
way to do it
creatively,
is just
yeah.
compete with yourself.
Every
Set
time up
your
yourself.
limits. Yeah, set your limits, and then every time you just up yourself.
Up yourself. Yeah. You just
Actually,
up
that's
yourself.
what. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry guys.
I don't do that.
Good
but,
content. PG.
yeah.
PG.
Yeah, so don't up. I mean, up yourself.
Don't
Level
compete.
up every
I have
time.
a beef. I have beef with one person.
Oh yeah, that beef. Oh,
very
that's a big one.
prominent person
That's a
in the
big
industry.
one. I think I name dropped him by accident on a
When?
post.
Damn it.
Yeah,
But
you told me that. And then
yeah, I
named
told you
dropped
that you put. But that's okay. It's like all in the past. I actually know. Yeah, it's all in the past. I'm actually cool with, like, if he's watching now, we cool. Just don't talk to me. We cool. But it was for a good reason we had the beef. Not for a good reason, but it was just beef. It's beef that happened and
Beef
move
in
on.
general, yeah.
Yeah, beef in general. But I don't encourage beef. Yeah,
No.
I don't encourage it. That's why I'm chilling right now. Just don't encourage beef. Work. Just if there's beef, if there's something toxic, avoid it and work with people who will push you further.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all I can say for the beef with hobbyists and amateurs. I'm amateur, sorry. Beef with hobbyists and pros, and then the other way.
Yeah.
And just pros and amateurs and amateurs.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. So the next thing is, I'm going down topic by topic.
Sure.
I think we skipped one, but we already covered in the other one. So that's a good one. But I think one of the questions that a lot of people will have is how or when do I start making money? When do you start, or where do you start actually making money from this? And sharing from my personal experience is, you start with the people you know. That's how everything works in this country, anyway.
Yeah, anything works.
But in all seriousness, like, you start with the people you know. It's your family, it's your friends. You just tell them, hey, I'm doing something like this. I want to start charging you guys for doing this now. So just start with the people you know. Create a Facebook page. Just start posting content, posting posters.
Yeah, on Facebook. Right?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook.
And then have your friends and family and
just share and reshare. Yeah, it's easy.
it's pretty.
Nowadays, it's pretty simple, and it's like people can just put the press of a button, share. That's it.
Yeah.
A few more people know what you're about.
It takes like barely a few seconds
For you to get the word out.
to have someone share your work, but it goes a long way. So if you're like watching this and if you follow him or if you follow me and we post stuff, please just share our content or share anybody's. If you know any like photographer, whether it be a hobbyist or someone who's trying to make money, sharing their work means a lot. Like you don't know how much it means. It just means a lot.
Give credit as well.
Yeah, and give credit.
Give credit.
Yeah.
If there's no
you wanna use our
watermark,
photos-
if there's no watermark, please give credit. Even if there's a watermark, like just put a shout out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The watermark, that's another episode, man.
The watermark episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
So
watermark
pause. There's a
episode,
pin in there.
We'll put a pin in that. We'll talk about this in the next episode. Someone stole our images. That's all I can say. We had really bad experiences.
We're talking about this. The second topic. This is a pin that we move to our lunch topic.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about this after. Anyway, so the way you start, you start with the people you know, the family, friends. Tell them, okay, I'm doing this. I want to start making money from it. I'm gonna start charging you guys, whether it be your dad's ID photo, just charge him. This is where you start, man. Just get it out there, put yourself out there, and you'll get a lot on all the negative feedback. Trust me. And with technology these days, I see like a lot of people are still hesitant in direct inboxing company pages. You would not believe the number of clients that I got by
From just
directly
inboxing
messaging people seriously on Facebook. Because I thought in the past that it's just a Facebook page. No one
really. I think now people are giving serious consideration to. Yeah.
So in the next, that's just in my opinion. In the next 5 to 10 years, a lot of these other companies would start monitoring their social media more because people are more open and direct about whether it be products or services or any type of thing. They're more open on social media because they feel more comfortable typing out opinions rather than writing it or emailing it out, right? So the more time they spend on social media, the more they understand their customers and clients or whatever, right? So I found that by messaging them directly, it can take some time, actually. The longest time it took for some company to get back to me was about a week, I think. But it's still they get back to you, right?
Back to you, yeah.
So the worst thing they can do is say no. Yeah.
Or ignore your message.
Yeah, or ignore your message, like one guy did.
Do something that inspires, that it is inspiring by you.
No, I think the worst.
Story.
The other worst thing is like they ask for your price list and never get back to you.
Yeah. Or quote. You know how many quotes I sent out this year?
Bro, that's
no
too
jobs.
much, yeah.
No jobs yet.
And then you put at the bottom of the quote like, prices are negotiable.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do that.
What? You know?
This equipment is expensive, and I'm gonna get my money soon.
But I still put like prices are negotiable. And then I think they don't see that shit, so I bold it, put it under red. Nothing. But anyway, the point is, message people, directly message them. And you'll be surprised how much you get. Yeah.
So from after your friends, you move out to just companies you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
Yeah, and don't be. When it comes to rates, like don't be
shy to put it up. Yeah.
If you know you're good.
If you know you're good.
Charge.
And if you know you can give like good, like if you know you genuinely have good ideas and you can execute it genuinely, up your price. Up your price. They will be happy to pay for work that's actually good to put out there.
Yeah. But the price and charging and all of that, I'm going to put a pin in that.
Another topic.
That's a full other topic.
That's related. We also going to connect that to another pin about government policies.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's another one.
I don't think there's a lot of policies.
No, there's zero.
Yeah, there's zero policies.
If there's anything there's stuff on IP. Today is actually International Intellectual Property Day.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Guys, the 26th of April.
And the day of the recording this.
Yeah. International, they're having a session at UPNG. I should go.
Yeah, you should go and lay it on them. Tell them.
We need to learn some stuff. See, I know about these things, but I don't know about these things because I'm too chill. Don't be too chill. That's one of my other things. But yeah, money. Yeah.
Yeah, just know your money, like.
Yeah.
And I think if you talk about this price thing and the customers, it's going to
go but with securing your first jobs and actually treating it seriously is from people you know.
Yep, from people you know.
Yeah.
You never know who you know.
You never know who you know. See, mine, I like Cosmo. Cosmo was my first. Cosmo, guys, everyone knows Cosmo.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I did a bad, maybe 40% good job.
Yeah.
But
Still,
that was a connection, and I still
you
know
know,
them.
right?
I still go to Cosmo. Not to drink. I don't encourage drinking. But
he drinks a lot.
I go to good jobs, business, guys, serious business. But yeah, seriously, it's true. You never know who you know.
Yeah.
You never know who your friends know. You can get into it. I'm working. We just dropped a music video.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy.
People you know. Guys, people you know.
You never know the people.
And then you start from there, and then you just build your. It's actually better to work with people you know because then it's more comfortable to mess up in front of them.
Yeah.
And it's actually better to mess up in front of them before you go commercial and get actually paid by companies.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's where you learn. I need an extra battery. I need someone else on hand. We need some lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've used a lot of my friends or his friends for the model shoots, man. I've practiced a lot on his connections to people he knows. Yeah. I think now he's tired of me already. I keep messaging him to do photo
He's not
shoots.
tired. He's famous on TikTok.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget
Nawi. Shout out to you, but thanks for being the model that I always use.
Yeah, and he's producing 3 videos per day on TikTok.
Oh yeah, he's producing.
TikTok needs to pay him and Scoots where he works.
No, he has to sign up for the Creative Fund actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell. Yeah, that's a separate. That's a TikTok.
Yeah,
that's a TikTok episode.
TikTok photography.
But yeah, shout out to Nawi. Shout out to Nawi for being.
Exactly, man.
Best bro, and just going for photo shoots anytime.
He just shows up anytime I want him to, and then I don't even pay him for that. He just shows up.
It's for his ego.
He's just so. He's very excited to take pictures. It's funny how we met the first time. Actually, we did a collaborative photo shoot that no one showed up to.
No one showed up.
20 people said they'd come, and then no one showed up.
Okay.
All right.
And now we was hungover. We had to force it.
Yeah.
I was in a good sense.
Yes, you were.
It was okay. Okay, guys. It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday.
Yeah, it was a Sunday. It's Stephanie came. Shout out to Stephanie.
Stephanie Dintax.
Stephanie Dintax. What is it? Nova Green Photography.
Photography, yeah.
Stunning images.
Great reaction.
Yeah.
On that day. But everything just didn't turn out right, but it was okay.
It was a fun day. Yeah, one of the most fun I had. Some of the best images I've taken of Nawi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nawi, see? And he's always giving me shit for for not posting the pictures of him from that day that I took.
Yeah.
But
you never posted that.
Yes.
Man.
It's gonna be in his theology.
Yeah, it's alright. We'll put it at the funeral. We'll put it at the funeral.
Yes, his funeral's gonna be lit. We're gonna have.
But yeah, I learned a lot on that day because
a lot of stuff messed up. See?
Yeah, I was just generally practicing from that. And the first one was Grace and what's her name?
Grace
Jessica.
And Jessica.
Grace
yeah,
Jessica.
That was
before now we shoot actually.
That
was surprisingly good.
That was
probably one of the best ones we did.
Yeah, and it was the first time, and we didn't know what to expect.
No.
And then turned out it was something slightly bad, but then I didn't have an SD card extract.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't bring my SD card on
SD
the I brought myself.
You brought yourself.
I wasn't in a.
Yeah.
I was okay, guys.
You were drunk there.
Yeah, no, I was.
Right there.
Guys, drink responsibly.
So anyway, he didn't bring his SD card. We went there. Initially, 6 girls said they were going to come, but no one arrived. And Jessica, don't you translate that?
Go on. 6 girls said they were going to come.
Yeah, and no one showed up. But Jessica came with Grace. They both arrived, and then we started. And it was good. It was fun. Yeah. It was my first experience with models. I didn't know what to do. Thankfully, Maxwell was there, and he's like, "Yo, pose like this, do like this, do like that." I was like, shit, that's so cool." And actually, one of my favorite pictures is from Grace from that day. I think it's still on my cover.
Yeah, that was. We really just went with it that day. Yeah.
So fun.
I didn't have my card. They showed up late.
Yeah, they showed up
late.
Security didn't let us into the other side.
Into the other side. We were left with Fort Benner space at uni.
What was it called again? Lovers Lane, right?
Lovers Lane, yeah.
Lovers Lane.
So we were left with Lovers Lane and 2 girls and 2 guys. and Hudson.
Hudson, yeah.
We forced to model. He modeled. That's
Yeah, he modeled, but he didn't really model.
Hudson UN. But shout out to Grace and
Jessica
for showing up that day, even though they were slightly drunk.
It went the long day. We actually started a trend.
Yes, we started a
with
trend.
That shoot.
We're not afraid to admit that we started a trend.
Yeah, because we definitely did. We
definitely did
the free photo shoot trend, right?
Yes.
No one actually brought it up, but we're gonna bring it up.
Well, we're gonna, guys, keep it like we're gonna do more creative stuff with that.
We should.
We're gonna switch up. When was the last time we drew an anniversary shoot with the same girls and then we switch it up?
I think I've improved a lot more from.
Yeah, I think
back then.
We've definitely improved, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
We've definitely improved.
We gotta do another one.
Yeah, we know more about lighting and editing.
I had no idea back then.
Yeah,
I had zero idea. I was
overconscious of the images.
Honestly, I was like, okay, there you go. Take out your camera. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Just snap. Just snap.
It's all from TikTok videos. The inspiration from TikTok.
That's just too much, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad we started the trend. We should start one again.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
We're back on another one.
Collab page.
Yep.
Yeah. I need to get a. We'll work on some more stuff, guys. Don't worry.
Cool. All right. So we've talked about most of the things that we're going to talk about. I think that wraps up the first episode. Yeah. So in the next coming episode, we have some interesting stuff. Max will be joining us again. Yes. Will you be joining us again?
Yes, I'm free, guys.
We might get a third person on the desk.
I've reached social celebrity status, but
yeah. He just started the new Kali D clip. So if you haven't watched it, what's it called? Nokulewa.
Okay, check it out. Great work by the whole team. Kali D, Jerry Albanil, Matt, and everyone in the credits, Remy and the whole guy, Richard. Yeah. Everyone was, it was
dope production.
It was a fun fact. The camera that we used was the only camera in PNG right now. A7S3 Sony.
Yeah, I think it's the only A7S3 in the country.
That's the only one, and we filmed using that. By the way, it's on 4K, so you can watch on YouTube or in 4K high def.
I watched the 4K one on YouTube. It was, bro. I thought I was watching a movie at first, like the opening scene of the drone shot.
And then it comes down for
exactly, man. Yeah. I was like, did they use a rig for that?
No, Ronin.
Yeah, I know the Ronin,
but like it looked like that.
It looked like a rig, like a car rig.
We had to shoot that maybe 15 times. Because you have to get the movement from the drone. So we got a big backstory.
Okay.
BTS story. So for that shot, you'll see there's one of the first few shots of Nokulewa where you have the camera coming down and then into the vehicle where Khalidi and the driver are on. So that shot, Richard had to get on top of a car, on top Zazu, Dion's car. On top of this guy, and then we had to hold it. Dion was like, for some nigga, just get on top. And then, so we had to get it down. And then coming down, Jerry had to hold on to the Ronin S.
Continue from there.
And then continue down smoothly.
Yeah.
Smoothly and remain in focus because it was manual focus. And then move it closer to the vehicle without bumping the vehicle. Guys.
So you were through the window?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Not through the window, but it had to come closer. He had to bring it like this.
Damn.
The muscle.
You guys did get behind the scenes, right?
We did. I actually have a video of that, but the BTS will be dropping by Jerry and Matt and Remy. So there's a bunch of sources you can go to see different BTS.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff we captured, but that was basically a word story of what happened for that shot.
Fun stuff.
But keep an eye out for the BTS.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch the videos, honestly. Some of the shots they pulled off was just
crazy.
Like they're running
the fight scene, guys. I am more the fight scene was what I was excited for.
The fight scene is just too much.
My reaction, I was holding a 7-up, I'm to the ground. I need to do some push. I was like, bruh, crazy.
The sound effects and how he mastered the camera movements.
Yeah, we acted it out so good too.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I was another BTS story. Someone's gonna release it.
Yeah, okay.
So these glasses, I was wearing these glasses, and it was actually raining. So this was foggy with rain, and I had my mask on.
Yeah,
so I had to see.
How did you see?
I had to bring my hand back.
You actually nearly punched him.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, I was like, I had to act out punching him, so I had to bring my hand back at some point before his face. And just imagine looking like trying to.
No, man.
I actually kicked him 2 times. And then he actually, like, it was pain, and his shoulder is dislocated, so it was an issue.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was like real acting. We actually got hurt and stuff.
Oh my God. I thought you guys used the stunt double.
No. We're like all full on.
No stunt double. Come on.
This muscles is. Listen, man, you can't duplicate this stuff.
Yeah, man. No, but it was cool. Like, I love the fight sequence.
Yeah, watch the BTS, guys. I urge you guys to watch the BTS. If you're hobbies, pros, everyone, just watch the BTS. Working behind the scenes, so fun, so exhausting, but you learn a lot.
Yeah. Some classic cinematography. True. Jerry has set the stage.
Yeah.
Seriously, I can say this with confidence. Jerry has set the stage.
True. His new drone shots.
Bro. He's like, let me just
Yeah,
talk.
okay. Jerry's another topic.
Jerry is another topic.
Jerry's a big
We'll put a pin on it.
A very big
Yes,
pin.
we'll put a pin on it.
Yeah.
We actually might invite him to the show. He's gonna come with us.
Which are Jerry, MLG, guys.
Yeah, we'll probably borrow an hour of his time. He's a really busy man.
Yeah.
Probably get him some chicken. I'm kidding.
Yeah. What's Jerry's favorite? I'm trying to think.
We'll find out. We'll find out on the next
Jerry's
episode.
Yeah.
So yes, on the next episode, we'll have a guest. We'll post the guest's name on the Facebook page. So if you're gonna watch on our Facebook page, you'll see his name in the next appearance.
Yes.
The guest list. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you watched it, thanks so much for tuning in. If you